President Trump unleashed a morning tweet storm on Tuesday, his first full day back at the White House since a Christmas vacation. The president hit a number of topics, bashing the Iranian nuclear deal and offering support for protesters in that country, calling for former Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin to be jailed, ripping the New York Times and its new publisher, and taking credit for the lack or fatal air crashes for the last year. It was enough to wonder whether Trump's New Year's resolution was to hit Twitter more often after an initial year in office where his tweets became a normal part of the news day. Trump rattled off 9 tweets before 11 a.m. on topics ranged from the predictable to surprises, highlighting his power over social media and the news cycle. It wasn't clear what prompted the storm, though at times it appeared to reflect topics that had come up on the morning's cable news broadcasts. Trump spent the last 2 weekends and the weekend between at his Mar-a-Lago estate in West Palm Beach, Florida, largely remaining at his private golf course and out of the public eye, save for one on-the-record interview with a New York Times reporter. Trump didn't stay away from Twitter over the break, but he also didn't unleash a storm, surprising some observers. The president began Tuesday's storm with a tweet about Iran, saying that country's people were finally acting against the brutal and corrupt Iranian regime. Trump then took a shot at the previous administration, saying money given to Iran through the Obama government's Iran nuclear deal went into terrorism. His last tweet ripped Democrats for doing nothing to help young illegal immigrants known as Dreamers who have permission to work or go to school in the United States. Trump announced he was ending the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals (DACA) program beginning in March, and lawmakers are working toward a legislative solution that would help the young immigrants. Immigration activists have expressed disappointment that Democrats have not fought harder to win protections for the Dreamers, and Trump seized on that tension. DACA activists and Hispanics will go hard against Dreamers, will start falling in love with Republicans and their president. "We are about results," he tweeted. In between were tweets on a host of topics. Days after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he'd be open to dialogue with South Korea, Trump touted the success of added sanctions and other pressures on that country. "Perhaps that is good news, perhaps not, we will see," Trump tweeted, while resurfacing his Rocket Man moniker for Kim Jong-un. Trump also, for a second time, credited the Republican tax bill passed last month as the reason multiple companies have provided bonuses to workers. Among the companies that have issued one-time bonuses to employees after the legislation passed are Comcast, Sinclair Broadcasting Group and Goldman Sachs, which rewarded top executives. 2 other tweets seemed to be prompted by Tuesday morning by more favorable reports, and again returned the focus to the Trump administration's accomplishments. Trump tweeted his thanks to National Border Patrol Council member Brandon Judd, who appeared on Fox and Friends and touted Trump's emphasis on border security. A short time later, Trump seemed to take credit for a recent report showing 2017 was the safest year on record for commercial aviation, touting his strict approach to the industry. Though, as a number of Twitter users quickly noted, there hasn't been a fatal passenger airline crash in the U.S. since 2009. The president also used his morning tweet storm to target a pair of his favorite targets, Hillary Clinton and the New York Times. In one tweet, Trump appeared to call for one of Clinton's top aides, Huma Abedin, to be jailed over a Daily Caller report that Abedin had forwarded State Department emails to her personal Yahoo account that included passwords to government systems. In a pair of other tweets, Trump issued backhanded congratulations to the New York Times' new publisher, A.G. Sulzberger, who recently took over for his father. The failing New York Times has a new publisher, A.G. Sulzberger. Congratulations. Here is a last chance for the Times to fulfill the vision of its founder, Adolph Fox, to give the news impartially, without fear or favor, regardless of party, sect, or interests involved. Get. Trump has labeled the newspaper the failing New York Times, but sat down last week with one of its reporters for an impromptu on-the-record interview during his recent stay in Florida. "Another reason I'm going to win another 4 years is because newspapers, television, all forms of media will tank if I'm not there because without me, "The ratings are going down the tubes," Trump told the newspaper, predicting a 2020 victory.